All right, and welcome to another weird episode of Horror Junkies. I'm Mike.
Pat.
Angel.
Yeah, and we're here in Angel's lair in his room.
It's my cave.
Yeah.
Man cave.
Oh, okay. And today we have a really weird, creepy episode. Things are going to get weird and existentialist, and you're going to lose yourself, hopefully, in this next 45 to an hour podcast.
It's about aliens.
We're talking about aliens, everybody.
Oh, shit. We're talking about aliens. We went and saw Arrival, which isn't a horror movie. It's sci-fi suspense.
But fuck you, it's our show.
Yeah, it's our show, and we're going to talk about it as much as we want.
Yeah. Stay tuned to the end if you've seen the movie, or if you're interested in the movie, we'll do a quick non-spoiler review, followed by with a spoiler review of the movie. Stay tuned for that.
I don't even think we can explain it. My brain still can't fathom what I saw.
But that's why we're going to talk about it collectively and try to gather our thoughts on the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Angel's got a hat on. Makes him look like the crocodile
It's my
hunter.
thinking cap.
Nice. Nice. But to start this series off about aliens, Pat, what did you want to bring up first?
First, I wanted to bring up, I guess collectively we could all talk about the best alien image, or whatever you wanted to say. Portrayal of an alien in a film, book, or whatever.
Is Paul off the limits?
No. Shit, if you want to say E.T., go right ahead. So I'll start off with saying the best alien, and I believe more grounded, would have to be Ridley Scott's Alien, from Alien and Aliens.
Okay.
I like that one.
Xenomorphs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
the Xenomorphs, yes.
Xenomorphs. Yeah, they're actually pretty fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie. They got tongue things.
The concept of them are really cool.
The concept is fucking sick.
For that time period, too, I mean, a lot of people didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
Going into the theater.
No, the effect, the makeup was...
From there, everyone thought of aliens as the image of them was the big-eyed, big-headed grays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean... No, Ridley Scott's Alien is always going to be one of those that hits home with anyone because first off, they're the most iconic. Second, well done alien, well done story. Plus, what's her name's a badass.
Oh, Ripley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ripley.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. And it was also scary because it was it was more sci-fi than horror. It was just it was scary, but I mean. When you start talking about aliens, it's more in the sci-fi realm than horror realm.
Yeah, but I think
Ridley
Scott's Alien belongs in the horror genre because he did treat it like a horror movie almost. It's like a haunted house in space.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight that.
Yeah, I could see that.
They can hear you scream in space.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
space. That idea is eerie.
I'm sorry.
That was a pitch for the fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just tangent on how terrifying space actually is.
Oh yeah,
and that no one can hear you, and that it's completely silent. And I think the movie that got that point across the best was Gravity.
True.
Gravity made not a horror movie, but Gravity made you claustrophobic.
Yeah,
and small because you're like shit. It's so vast. And there's nothing that you can't do anything if you get stuck in space.
Yeah, no one can save you.
Exactly. So that's scary.
And with that, let me go off on a movie that's coming out soon.
Ooh, yes.
Life.
Yes, please watch the trailer for Life.
It stars Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal. I forget the other actors and actresses, but it's pretty much, for what I got from the trailer, it's Gravity meets Alien.
Yes.
I still haven't seen the trailer for that.
Okay, Angel.
Thanks.
But I'm just saying, give me a quick synopsis. I want to.
I mean, I described it pretty well there. It is
so
Gravity.
So in the trailer, they are in space. They're in the space station. So you have people from different regions of the world because the guy that's doing the experiment with the petri dish is from the UK. He's from the UK space program, and they find the first signs of life in space, and it's on this little petri dish, this little thing He starts to stroke it with his fucking finger.
Yeah.
Like first off, that's not what you do when you first find some type of.
Well, they did that in Prometheus, and look what happened to them.
True, but they find it and it like grabs the guy and all this shit starts going crazy. But definitely check out the trailer because it's literally how Pat said it: Gravity meets Alien.
And I'm really excited for that one. There's a lot of good space movies coming out this year.
And I'm excited because space is like up there on my interest level.
I see what you did there.
Up there.
Yeah, up there in the big.
Because what else do we have this year? We have Passenger.
That looks really good.
With Chris Pine and
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
Chris Pratt
two of the, I can say, the biggest stars in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, this is gonna be sick.
Yeah.
That looks like the same kind of concept as Gravity too. I mean, it's like a couple like stars.
I see that one being more like Prometheus in the sense that they're on a trip somewhere. They have the whole vessel is like a lifeboat.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole bunch of people in cryogenic sleep, and then these two people send him to wake up. But then he goes, "I got something to tell you," and then they show flashes of people. Forrest Whitaker's in the movie, I think. But I don't know, weird. I'm glad the space movies are coming back, and it looks like they're really. It looks like everyone took Interstellar and was like, "We got to compete with this," because Interstellar was fucking great. Mm-hmm. But Angel, favorite alien or favorite image of an alien done?
Like, could it be real?
It could be.
Could be real. Could
movie,
be from movies. Anything.
I already have one.
I would have to go with. I mean, I really movie wise, like a movie icon, I would say Predator.
Nice.
And
fucking OP.
Yes. And I would say, as for real alien, I would say Mothman.
Mothman.
I have no idea who Mothman is, but we'll talk about that. Don't worry. For me, movie, I would have to side with technically the whatever the thing actually is.
Oh yes.
An extraterrestrial being.
Mm-hmm.
That one being movie because it's really awesome because it can take different forms.
And it's scary as shit.
Yeah. And then video game, if we're going to do games, Dead Space.
Yeah.
Dead Space has the best concept for aliens.
Yeah.
And also the hardest aliens to kill in a fucking video game.
For sure.
Sony, if you're listening, please remaster all the Dead Space games for PS4 and Xbox One, please. Thank you.
Oh, that would look insane.
Because I'd cry.
So back to you. What is, to you, the Mothman?
Yeah, dude, what's Mothman?
What's Mothman?
Well, Mothman, there's a small town that basically the residents of the small town they kept seeing the same thing. They kept seeing the same creature. They described it the same way. It had large wings, red eyes, and they would see it commonly up on one of the hills that was in the...
Yeah, it's a West Virginia folklore. I pulled it. I'm sorry. I'm just pulling it up because I want to know stuff more about it too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And apparently when Mothman's around, like, people have been driving and their radio starts to malfunction.
What?
Yeah.
Typical alien shit.
Yeah, and then they start seeing him. And then, like, there was one report that there was a couple they went up to the hill, and basically they spotted Mothman, and he started following them, like flying, and they saw it like in the background. That's scary.
I just pulled up I pulled up a website. It's like a Mothman tribute page. And I think what you're talking about is apparently like Mothman. The events started to begin on November 12th, 1966, near God, my pronunciation is awful. Clindian, West Virginia, and it says 5 men were in their local cemetery that day preparing a grave for a burial when something that looked like a brown human being lifted off some nearby trees and flew over their heads, and they were baffled. And yeah, weird. And there's been more sightings. It also looks terrifying. If I saw this flying at me, I'd cry.
I don't know. I mean, what are you to do in that situation?
You cry.
Like,
but
that's just gonna attract it towards you.
Then you're dead.
You do two things. You cry, or luckily you have a baseball bat like Lucille, and you're ready to go.
That too. But what if you're not prepared? I would dab on him.
Well, Like, if you're not prepared.
So is
Bye.
is it classified as an alien, not a creature or urban legend or anything like that?
Well, it's saying it's West Virginia folklore. And,
Okay.
In the near the Point Pleasant area of West Virginia. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on it. It looks like there's like a Animal Planet documentary on it.
Ooh.
On like remember Lost Tapes on Animal Planet?
Yeah.
They actually did a special on the Mothman.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of there's the Mothman curse, the Mothman prophecies. There's a Mothman statue apparently. Pulling that up on Google as we speak. But no, it seems like there's been a lot of sightings, a lot of weird connected things. That's so freaking awesome. There's a metal Mothman in Pleasant Point, West Virginia.
Yeah, that's a statue of it. It's in the middle of the town.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what because you said it's to you it's your best alien, correct?
Yeah.
Do you classify as an alien?
Could be.
I wouldn't.
Think about it.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because apparently some people have interpreted it as an omen before something happens.
Right.
Because there's an image of one of the bridges in that town that apparently right before the bridge collapsed, like a week before, it was spotted on top of the bridge. And there's a photograph of it. If you want to pull that one up, I mean, like, that one's insane because a week later that bridge collapsed and like
that's crazy.
Dozens of people died.
That is weird. That's weird.
Because I'm interested in what classified as like, okay, so something like Bigfoot and shit like that. Like those are classified as creatures.
I would say
unknown things, but
dude, Bigfoot's fucking real.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry.
no shit.
I mean, yeah. Oh yeah.
But we could have a whole episode on that. But I'm just trying to classify what classifies an alien and what classifies as something that is a creature on our land.
Okay, but then you
because if it comes from a different planet, then yeah, of course it's an alien.
Okay, but where does it come from? So, is Mothman just an ancient animal that's been alive and has been hidden in the woods,
or did it come here?
Or did it come here?
That's what I'm
even
saying.
if it came here 100 years ago.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I would classify if people are saying that it's like kind of like an omen, like a Grim Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I would classify it as extraterrestrial because it's extra dimensional.
True.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. No,
and
it's definitely
100%.
weird. Definitely scary. The pictures of it online are actually pretty intense. I'd be scared if I saw this thing. Especially.
Yeah, and the fact that he has a magnetic interference with the radio is just eerie.
You know what image stuck with me as a child too when I watched it when it came out when I was a kid?
What?
The movie Signs.
Yeah.
That fucking scene.
Signs, I think, has ruined all of us because Issa and her sister petrified. Remember the water thing in Signs?
Yeah.
They do that. Like, because they watched it when they were kids. Like, they always leave a little bit of water in cups in the room. It's so weird.
The scene that got me, like, off my seats when I was a kid, because I saw that in theaters with my father. The scene where Joaquin Phoenix is in the closet watching those videos on the news, and it's at the little boy's birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it just fucking walks across.
Dude, I could not sleep after that.
No,
yeah, me neither.
Signs was done extremely well. You know what was done really well, too? That I loved. That I've watched like 6 times. Dark Skies.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, Dark Skies is terrifying.
Oh, the stick figure things?
No. He, they're
in the corner.
Grays. I think they're
Grays.
They're the Grays. And you find out, I mean, this movie's been out forever, so it's no spoiler alert, but they find out that towards the end of the movie that the first one that was contacted was their eldest son, and he's the one that gets taken, but he's like, they draw them as great. Dude, that movie's weird and scary if you watch a lot of it.
There's a lot of good shows too that tack on to the idea of aliens, like this old sci-fi show. I didn't come across it till I was in college because my roommate got it on DVD or something. It was called Taken. Yeah, it's all about if I can fucking remember the concept. It's all about people getting taken by aliens and coming back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, those stories are eerie because like I've heard you hear about the ones where people got like replacements and shit inside their body. Dude, like they have like metal or like trackers.
Speaking of replacements.
Oh. I know where you're going with this.
So, new trailer just came out I think a couple of days ago or today. New horror-esque movie called Replace.
Oh, dude, it looks so weird.
Concept of a woman pretty much losing her skin, but she can replace it with other people's skin.
It's really weird.
It looks like a really weird film.
Yeah, so she constantly keeps losing skin?
Her skin like dries out.
Ooh.
And she
like her skin is aging faster than she is.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Yes.
it looks, dude, whoever, like, it looks intense.
Mm-hmm.
The concept, the story behind it, it's nothing. I've never seen any type of movie like this before.
No, me neither. It to me, it seems like it's a body horror type of film, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
But I have no idea where this movie is going to be going. I'm going to watch this. This is the only trailer I'm going to watch for it.
Yeah, same.
Just like I did for Arrival. I only watched the first trailer
Same.
and went in completely almost blind. But this, I'm excited for it.
There's another one. I mean, it's that's coming out. I think it's called A Cure for Wellness. They showed it in the trailers for Arrival, and they showed just like maybe a 35-40 second sporadic clips of the movie. Looks fucking intense. Like I don't even know what it's about. Just weird imagery, weird story. Looks like it's gonna be amazing. That's the only thing I'm gonna watch of it. I'm gonna go watch it.
Right. So when we went to go see Arrival, me and Angel were actually late. So what other trailers were there piqued your interest? Because you said you saw a lot of cool trailers.
There was that. There was God. Now I have to think back to.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
God. I may not be able to think about them. There was that one. There was the Mr. and Mrs. Smith type movie that's set in like the 1940s.
Yeah.
World War II.
With
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
That looks interesting.
It does. I'm not gonna lie. It does look good.
It does look like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, though.
There was one movie that I'm gonna come back to you. I can't.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
also with that trailer being released, we had a release of a documentary on HBO called Beware of the Slender Man,
which is cool because I watched the trailer and the footage of the two. That's a real thing. Like I don't know if you remember that, but those two girls,
those two girls that stabbed.
They actually stabbed that chick for Slender Man. So just add some weird shit to Slender Man. Which some people are actually trying to kill.
Which I think this is how you should tap it. If Hollywood or whatever wants to use the concept of Slender Man, do documentary. We've seen movies, we've seen on TV shows, and it's never been like what.
It's never been done well.
It's never had the. I wouldn't say not done well. It's been whatever, but going back to when I found out what Slender Man was.
Yeah.
Like that horrifying like feeling I had.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was real as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I get that same feeling when I see the trailers for this, and I'm really excited to see this documentary.
No, I like when they do the documentaries, like Marble Hornets, when they do the documentaries on YouTube. It brings a better element to it because I don't want to watch Slender Man as a movie. Because how we all came across Slender Man was the internet and reading pages on creepypasta and blah 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 more. But
I was playing a video game and somebody told me about it in the chat, and immediately I was like, "What's Slender Man?" So I looked on Google and I freaked myself out, like
as you always do with Slender Man.
Yeah, exactly. And then I watched Marble Hornets. It was there was like a fan made Slender Man video, but actually looked pretty believable. It looked like Slender Man looked creepy as can be in the footage, because like the footage was like 90s quality, like the VHS quality, and it had the tears at the bottom and all that. Right. And he would be in the corner like discreetly, like it I couldn't sleep after that.
Yeah. But just let's get back to the aliens.
Yeah, of course.
We'll leave Slender. Slender Man could, if you were to,
I would consider him extraterrestrial.
You would consider him an alien?
Well, the story
at least
goes is
that
the people tied him to a tree with his limbs stretched out.
Yeah.
And that when they came back, he was gone and he became longer over time. But But no, man, real life aliens, the shit's always weird because we really don't know. And anyone who says that they just know, and I'm quoting Bill Maher, sorry, from Religious. Anyone tells you they just know what happens in the afterlife, they don't, because no one possesses any type of powers that gives them more knowledge than I do on things that we can't control
or can't explain.
Exactly. And space is just, it's always going to be the final frontier.
Mhm.
It's always going to be so unknown because we have so many billions and billions of galaxies. And we've seen that with the Hubble telescope taking that last image before it left our galaxy.
Yeah. And if you're going to sit there and think that we're the only existence in this galaxy, let alone this universe,
it's just it's very close-minded.
Yeah, of course.
Because you do have the people that are close-minded to the fact that, no, we are the only ones by intelligent design. But then you have the ones that are closed-minded, but they're what's the word? They're swayed into thinking that, well, you know what, we don't
biased thinking.
Yeah, we don't, well, maybe we don't really know what's going on.
Yes.
And aliens have came into the store right now and attacked us, but
they're here.
They're here.
They're here.
I don't know, like, space is always going to be one of those, like, just weird things that until I can't. I'm about to start laughing. I don't know why. But until we actually develop shuttles that can go deep into space and we can figure out how to support our bone structure, because we do lose bone density in space due to the gravity, the lack of gravity there is. But
I think that the scariest thing out there is space, because it's infinite. It's darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It's complete, utter darkness. And what really creeps me out about it is more than space does, but being on a space station, like the movies like Alien and all those, like being on a space station, like staring out the window and all you see is just infinite stars, and you can't tell which was which. Like that whole, like, because I would picture on a space station you would hear occasional like ambient beeping and stuff, but it would be like completely silent, and like you would be staring out the window. And
like the NASA released some sound footage of like sounds of space, and it's actually really weird, like weird noises, weird things. And I don't know, man.
Well, how does it travel if there's no oxygen?
We gotta think, like, we're always traveling in space in like a vortex. I think now is what they described it now, is like we're moving in a vortex type of movement at like 90,000 miles per hour and through space, through our galaxy. And you're gonna have things bouncing off of each other, meteors, space debris, because there is a major problem is like debris that we leave in space when we go up there. But I don't know how or why. If someone who's a space nerd, not being mean, but if you know a lot more about space and why that could happen, please tell us, because
I know a guy.
You know a guy?
I know a guy.
But space is weird.
Is it Bill Nye?
Oh please, I love Bill Nye so much.
No, it's a friend of mine. I usually go over there and talk to him about space.
Yeah. What do you guys think? What do you?
And every time I trip the fuck out when he tells me shit, because he works for NASA.
That is so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tell him to take us on a tour.
Is there anything you can tell us?
I want to get him on the show. Today would have been a good.
Yeah.
Tonight would have been a good episode to get him.
No, yeah.
But to be continued, I guess.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely.
Yeah, we'll
space is a never-ending conversation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Another concept of not even just space, but of aliens, like John Carpenter's. They live among us.
The Greys.
Yeah, they live, we sleep. Like that concept to me is more intriguing than them being out there, is them being in here, like walking among us. And or, the way that Arrival treated that, like how would we as Americans or even as a world would deal with that concept of when something unknown arrives on our planet, on our back door.
And you know what though? And I think Arrival gets that, how we would react on
point. Fucking point,
on
yes.
Point.
Oh, for sure.
I really think that Arrival captures how the world would take. Think about it. You just in the movie, because if you've seen the trailer, there's these black pods.
Mm-hmm.
Think about 12 black pods just penetrating all airspace through all these countries, restricted no-fly zones. What do? Like,
yeah,
like
people are gonna think loads of things.
Yeah,
and that's what the movie like expresses beautifully.
Oh yeah, no, there's just so much in this movie.
In like
mean,
dire situations like that, I mean, people just kind of lose it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
and what I like about Arrival is that the trailer that we've all seen, it was the first trailer that was ever released. It makes you think that it's some type of like action movie because it's like Russia just killed one of its own, and it's just like what is going on in this movie? Like,
and also with that is like every movie that we've gotten that has to deal with aliens, it's always like this action packed like blockbuster type of movie, such as like Independence Day or
Independence Day 2, Aliens.
We don't talk about Independence Day 2.
But no, I agreed. We always get these, and that's why I liked Interstellar, even though
War of
Worlds, even
Steven Spielberg's underrated one.
Even though Interstellar didn't technically deal with aliens, it did deal with these extra dimensional beings that lived in a different dimension that were helping us.
Yeah.
But Arrival definitely hits it on the fucking head.
Oh, for sure.
With how it deals with it.
To me, it's one of my favorite sci-fi films of this generation.
Yeah. Your thoughts?
Before we go into spoilers?
I would say, I mean, I enjoyed Arrival. I think it had great, like, depth of field perception, all of that, like, at least for CGI. Some of the camera work as far as the helicopter. I mean, it's like they had this one shot that was like a full like 5-minute shot of just a helicopter going through a field, and you see the pod and everything.
That was
like beautiful.
Yeah, that was really good. The videography in this movie is amazing. Like it. Please, like if we've told you to go see every movie and you haven't, this one, give them your money. Because it has a 98 or 96% of Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a 96.
I'm about to check.
Yeah, check. Maybe it may have changed, but I remember it being at a 98 or 96.
Yeah, when we saw it, it was like at a 96.
Because it's a thinker. It's not a movie to just be like, oh, things are gonna blow up and it's gonna keep me.
It's sitting at a 93.
93. Okay, so it went down a little bit. Don't let that deter you. But yeah, what I was saying is like, it's not one of those movies that is gonna keep you passive. And like, oh, things are blowing up, blah, 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 I'm happy. It's, you go in, sit down, you don't blink, you don't talk, you don't go to the bathroom, you sit and you just watch. Because if you miss any of these scenes, you're really not going to know what's going on towards the ending. Because the ending, towards the end of the movie, you're just like,
it all comes together.
And you're just like, what is going on? But we'll save that for the spoiler.
Yes. The guy who directed the movie, he also directed Enemy, which I kind of wish Austin was here for that, because every time I see Austin, he kind of like talks to me about Enemy, and he's like, what does it fucking mean? And I'm like, just watch it, dude.
Just watch it, dude.
Just keep watching it.
What are the spiders?
And I'm like... And Prisoners.
Oh my god, Prisoners.
What a tearjerker.
Yeah, Prisoners was a good movie. But... Aliens, dude.
Fucking aliens.
Space. Conspiracies.
Creatures.
Good conspiracies. The Orion conspiracy is on YouTube. It's part 1 and part 2. It's talking about Adolf Hitler and his UFO works in the desert during the war. Very intense. I mean, granted, the video is definitely made for a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can tell that it's actors and whatnot. But they hit on a lot of weird things and kind of get you thinking. And my friend Cece showed me this one a long, long time ago. And it's always been a top favorite conspiracy of mine. Roth's, what is it? Rockwell. Roth. God, I always say it wrong. The mailbox. Nevada. Roswell? Is it Roswell? Roswell. There it is. Jesus.
Roswell.
Okay. Roswell. Area 51. What's going on over there?
Ooh. Yeah, there's a theory that there's an underground tunnel system that connects to Area 51.
I believe that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I do too.
It's a military base. I'm sure they have a shit ton of underground. But
if they have aliens, what would we wouldn't know?
We wouldn't know. But why so secret? I understand it's a military base and there's always high security getting onto a base because I've gone through it.
Because everyone that believes in God's going to go crazy.
Well, maybe.
I can see that happening.
I've watched videos of people who are driving in the desert near Area 51 that end up being in like these trespassing areas and they didn't know. And it's white trucks pull up right up on them with the guns drawn. Like, what are you guys doing out here? Like, it's weird. And it's always going to be a secret until someone whistleblows.
Yeah,
But-
you'll never know, and you'll know, and then you'll die.
Well, what about
I mean, if you were ever
recently the guy that works for Lockheed who retired? He was like 80 something. He worked for there forever, and he like whistleblowed all kinds of shit.
Oh, wait, I heard about this.
Yeah, there was like a huge thing.
Yeah,
was
didn't he
talking-
go into public and he's like,
There's
look, I'm
aliens.
tired of fucking keeping this a secret, and just spewed out a bunch of shit. I don't even remember what he spilled out.
I mean, we could talk about the vocalist of Blink-182.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
No.
Yeah, okay, never
No,
mind.
because of him, I got a fucking terrible album. I
Yes.
fucking hated California.
Yeah, right here. Lockheed Martin scientist Boyd Bushman makes alien confession. Like, I remember this video. It's a 50-minute video.
Yeah.
Like, he comes out and he confesses. He's like, yeah, we're doing stuff.
They walk among us.
And they do walk among us. And if you don't think
Ooh, you know what that just reminded me of? That radio broadcast of that guy that he basically called into a radio station, and he said that he was being like followed, and he said that like he said the military and stuff like that are just like going off, like, and they're like they know some things like big's about to happen, stuff like that. They said like they're working with like extra dimensional beings. That's the term he used in the
Dude,
broadcast. Like,
that's fucking weird. I
Hell
always,
yes.
I always
Yeah.
get the goosebumps when we talk about stuff. Cause
Yeah.
it's just like,
yeah, dude. And but the
There's so
thing
much we
is,
don't
he
know.
cuts off like halfway. Like,
Of course he did.
he died.
Because the
and
government.
you don't know what happened to him either after that.
What about the guy just recently? He texted his mom. He was a reporter. He was like, "Mom, I've gotten in too deep. If I go missing, know that I didn't kill myself." And then that was the last text he sent to his mom, right? Then you find out that this person is dead and apparently a suicide, and his mom's investigating the hell out of it. 'Cause she's
I mean, I would.
I know my son, and I know he wouldn't kill himself.
Let alone if I got a text message like that from my child.
I mean, he wasn't talking about aliens or anything, but he was definitely digging into government secrets that he shouldn't be digging into.
Yeah.
And they took him out.
They
the
whacked him.
The reptilians got to him.
Yeah.
damn.
That's another thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all these kind of theories of people like saying that, oh, like world leaders, like politicians and stuff like
The
that.
families,
like,
man.
You know, the same concept as they live.
You're going to sit there and tell me that Trump doesn't look like a fucking alien.
They all look like
He's a giant
aliens.
Cheeto.
They all don't look normal.
But like, I don't know. We can always like aliens. They're terrifying. And what do they want? You know, what actually do they want? Is it the notion that they're here to spread, you know, their technology, their advancements with us, or is it that they have been studying us for so long that they see how poor our nature is?
Yeah.
And now how we handle things when we have power, and they're like, maybe we shouldn't give these beings these types of weapons, but let's fuck with them.
Yeah.
Personally,
Or the idea of...
Or it's
Sorry for
personally-
interrupting you.
No, you're good. Personally, I think, and this is gonna sound very like broad, but I think that aliens, like, we owe a debt to them. You know what I mean?
why?
Do you think they're
Like
the
a
ones that... Are
like
they? Do you think that aliens are the ones that stepped us into the right direction in our society?
Oh yeah,
Like
Pointed
with the
us,
pyramids and shit?
gave us technology, like aid.
Fuck the pyramids.
I believe it.
The
Yeah.
pyramids are another wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, these are blocks that are cut straight.
Mm-hmm. We can't even do that now.
We can't even do it. And it's just like, how did these, you know, ancient civilizations,
It's
the Egyptians,
immaculate. Like,
Yeah.
build something that's so beyond their time?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta think about it too. We're going back to ancient civilizations, talking about if we're going with aliens. The Aztecs had water systems.
Yeah.
They had showers. They knew about cleanliness. But this is like one of the first civilizations. Who introduced that to them? Not to say that they were simple-minded by any means, but if you look at through centuries of the world's history, I mean, these are one of the first civilizations. Like, who gave them the tools to figure this out?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a thing amongst other ancient tribes. It's weird.
It's
Food for thought.
exactly,
Mhm.
and we'll never know until we are shown physically a alien in front of us.
And you'll still have disbelievers.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's fake.
You know,
That's-
I've always thought personally, I've always thought like things exist that you can't see. Like
other dimensions.
Oh, obviously.
There's definitely other dimensions. I want to say that they
like you can call it ghosts.
Theorize 10 dimensions.
Yeah, you can call it ghosts, apparitions, like aliens, anything really. I mean, you don't ever know what it is, so, but you know, you hear people talking about that are actually sensitive to seeing that kind of thing.
Like people with dementia.
Yeah, and then there's like that. There's that other idea. Well, yeah,
that's not what dementia is at all.
I'm gonna actually bring that up. I lost a relative recently, and there was an ancient, or not ancient, but Indians. It was like an old idea that was, I think it was hawks, and that if you see them in trees and stuff like that, like if you see that type of hawk, it basically means it's like an omen, and it means like your loved one is like visiting you basically.
What the fuck?
Before, I lost 2 relatives within 2 weeks of each other.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, and it's fine. And I was going through the woods, and I saw 2 hawks like just posted up on like tree branches and stuff. One of them was actually staring at me because we walked around a creek. It was like a river, and it dipped in like probably like 12 feet, and it was in the middle of a branch, and it was just staring at us the entire time we were walking through. And then I got the call like 4 hours later.
Holy shit!
After I was told about that.
That's fucking weird.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I already knew at that point, like when I heard that I was gonna get that call, and I did.
Have you had any other worldly experiences that could be paranormal, extraterrestrial?
Me and Patrick talk about this late at night all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like 18 or 19. My grandmother from New York moved down here because she was getting really sick, and she was getting really old. So we were watching over her, you know. She lived with me and my mom, and at nights, my grandma suffered from dementia, and at night she would. This is like a fucking real life fucking horror movie. I was fearful. I locked my fucking door because my grandma used to scare the shit out of me.
That's terrifying.
She used to wake up in the middle of the night, go in the kitchen, and lay out knives, like.
What?
On the counter.
Dude, what?
She used to knock on my door thinking that it was the bathroom.
What?
In the middle of the night. One time she walked, I was just like in my room watching television or something, and she walks in and goes into the screen door that leads into the backyard and was like trying to open it, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I need to take a shower. I'm like, well, you're gonna take a shower in the fucking backyard pool?
Well, I mean, dementia, I mean, it's a disorder that goes with the brain, but
yeah, I know.
I mean,
but what if it's a tap into a different dimension? Because she used to say that she would be held down in her bed and see people all the time. That's why she would go outside and collect all the knives in the household.
I think dude, a lot of us.
That's fucking terrifying.
No shit. I was so like, she had to live with my aunt for a couple of days.
No.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm scared.
Yeah,
Grandma has to
that's
fucking
literally
leave.
what happened.
Gam's got to get out.
I think a lot of people have had that same experience.
Yeah,
that's scary. I'd be terrified.
Oh,
I mean, I've had weird occurrences. Like things I've thought I saw that are UFOs.
Right.
Because when I lived in Perry, Florida, we used to go to school. Like, I mean, as dark it is outside right now, I mean, it was like that when we went to school. I mean, like we lived in the middle of nowhere. Perry, Florida is outside of Tallahassee. It's nothing but woods, and we would always camp out. We used to hear like footsteps on top of the house. I mean, mind you, we live on like 10 acres of land. There's no one there but us. My stepbrother said, we used to say that it used to be like red eyes looking into his window at night. Just weird things. Like we used to camp out in a tent not far from the house, and we used to hear like weird noises near our tent to the point where we used to get terrified and just run back inside.
Yeah,
we were all like,
of
young.
course.
But no weird things, nothing crazy as that. But just weird like what's going on type of moments. Like, what is that? And I did used to see things when I was younger, in the sense of like I'd wake up, go to the bathroom, but then I would see like dark figures in my house. And I used to like get terrified. Of course, I was like maybe like 7 years old, so I always played it off as my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
But I never know because it was weird because I would see these things and it looks clear as day that it's there, and I would just run back to my bed and hide under the covers because I was, you know.
I feel like I've seen the same kind of thing when I was younger.
Shadow things.
Yeah, like when I was younger, I could see things like I don't know, like I would be half asleep, be waking up, and I feel like I would see somebody in my room for like a split second, and then I'd clear my eyes and they would be gone. Like weird stuff like that. But
Or the fucking time. Okay, so my grandmother is dead now.
Sorry.
It's okay. When I moved back to Orlando, I moved into a 2-story bedroom, and my room was upstairs. The second I moved all my shit in, I heard a slap on the fucking window. I opened the drape, like all the fucking shit that's in the way,
The curtains and stuff.
and there was like a fucking handprint
All right,
on
dude.
my window.
I'm never going back to your house.
I
That's
literally, I think I still have the text messages from, I send it to Angel, and I'm like, look what the fuck just happened. He's like, what is it? I'm like, I just heard a slap in my room on this window, and now there's a handprint. And I think it was like a couple of weeks later, I was sleeping, and I woke up
oh no, I heard about this
to
story.
and I woke up to an image of an old lady in my closet,
What?
and I did like 12 takes
And she was
of looking at my closet, and she was still fucking there.
No, dude, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not sleeping there anymore.
no.
But like talking about like weird things. Dreams.
Okay, I got one.
Dreams are weird. I've told you guys the story already, but for listeners. Recently, like 2 weeks ago, I was asleep. It was one of the nights I had to go to work in the morning, so it was like maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'm passed out. And in my dream, I can still remember it so vividly, which is weird with dreams. Typically, we don't remember our dreams this well. In the dream, I hear my front door open, which is very loud because it sticks, and I hear it close. And in my dream, I'm aware of this, but of course I'm asleep. But then I hear 4 really loud knocks on my door, and it wakes me. It wakes me up from a dead sleep. And Issa was like, she was still up. She was like, What's going on? What's wrong? I'm like, you didn't just hear the knocks? And I have already opened the door and have a flashlight looking out into the living room. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I heard 4 knocks. Like you didn't hear that on the door? She's like, no. I'm just like, fuck me, right? And then fast forward like 3 days later, we both hear, I'm asleep. She was mildly asleep. And I hear like the window to our room open. And I woke up and I'm like, you heard that, right? She goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. And I checked the window, I looked outside, there's nothing there. Fucking dreams are the access to another world beyond your subconscious.
Ooh,
Yes.
Ooh, that just reminded me too, and I just got goosebumps. But I was like sleeping probably a few months ago, and I woke up, and I had this like weird dream of like a black parade. It was like everybody. It was like I have like everybody I knew close by, and basically, like it was like we were just marching down. It was probably like Mills Avenue.
Were you listening to My Chemical Romance?
No.
Okay.
But it was like there was no music. It was silent.
Had to ask.
No,
Of course.
It might as well be though. But no, I just remember seeing a sign and it said something about Satan 666, something like that. And all of a sudden, like when I saw that sign, like I woke up. I was waking up out of that dream, and I was staring like straight at my my vent, and all of a sudden, like I just got a burst of cold air in my face.
You were
Damn.
marked.
Yeah,
Marked of the beast.
yeah. Shit was crazy.
Things go bump in the night as usual.
Yeah.
And we're never going to be able to explain it because
Never.
you're half asleep and and you're usually the only one that hears it. So no one else really they say they believe, but they typically don't believe you.
Yeah. Like when someone tells you they have sleep paralysis.
Exactly.
Like I get that frequently.
I know someone personally that has sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
and it's the most terrifying thing
it is.
ever, apparently.
Like waking up paralyzed and actually seeing things in your room.
And there's
Like,
nothing you can
You
do.
can't think anything
you
else
can't
of
do
it.
anything.
No.
It's like why? How does that happen and why?
Yeah.
Like if it's a phenomenon amongst like
And
every human
There's
being.
this beautiful documentary on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on there, but I saw it on there called Nightmares, which is all about. It's a documentary just about people that have sleep paralysis and their
wow.
experiences with it.
Wow.
If you are interested in it, please give it a watch. It's a good documentary. I liked
Yeah.
it. It did open my eyes to the fact that I was not the only one dealing with it.
It is a medical condition that people face. But like I said, we'll never be able to explain the things that go bump in the night or what's beyond the night sky.
Neither do we want to. I like the unknown.
The unknown. It is nice. But who knows what's going to happen 10, 15, 20 years from now? What's going to be discovered, excuse me.
On that note, NASA did release when they said that we would make contact by the year 2020.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's a nice model, but Carl
It's cute. You
Sagan
never know.
released his thing into the space how long ago and still nothing?
Yeah. It's cute.
So, I mean,
it's a cute idea.
It is. When we make contact, we will all know. And when it happens,
We'll definitely
we may
put
be
the-
old, we may be maybe in our 30s.
We
never know.
will definitely put these mics in front of our
Yeah,
mouths and
we'll-
talk about it, though.
But with that being said, I know this conversation got really weird, really scattered, but just bear with us because we really just wanted to tackle aliens, space, conspiracies, weird things. We just felt like it was just like a good timing for this
Stuff
Mhm.
that creeps us out. Man.
Yeah. We'll bring more because I like talking about this kind of stuff. So we'll
Yeah.
make it like a every now and then type of thing. We'll come back to these types of discussions.
Yeah.
But that's it for this. Like Patrick said earlier in the show, if you are wanting to hear a spoiled review of Arrival, please stay tuned. But with that, I'm Mike.
Pat.
And I'm Angel.
And
Thanks.
this has been the Horror Junkies. Remember to stay weird.
Stay weird, everybody.
Stay weird.